Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jacob Restituto, and I'm a musician from Northport, New York. And today we're checking out the new track, Silver Tongues, the music video by Tomlinson. Very much looking forward to this. If you did not know, you want to hear a funny story, one of my first reaction videos that really did well on the channel was back in 2019. And I was such a tiny baby channel back then, and it really started to do well. And in the video, I called him Lewis Tomlinson. And oh my gosh, the comment section went off on me, let me tell you. If you enjoy this stuff and want to see so much more stuff, including whole full album reactions from everybody from like Jonas Brothers to I might even have some I think One Direction full albums. I definitely have a whole bunch of stuff on there, pentatonics and just a bunch of stuff that I've filmed recently on Patreon. Go check out the Patreon link down below. There is so much stuff, but let's get right into this. And let's see, we got Silver Tongues, Louis Thompson. Also, check out my original music. Let's see what we got.
Get high on the amber wave, going deep for the ones who do the same. Air Maxes or silver tongues, settling for another heavy one. Said love was a pretty lie, and I choked when you smoke got in my eye. Bad logic and empty cans, I know nobody understands.
Dude, a couple things. First of all, piano sounds incredible, incredibly full, incredibly right there in your like your face, kind of just this fullness of warm piano. The reason I say that is because first the sound was only coming out of my right ear. There was an issue with my sound box back there. That's why I was like maneuvering it around. But I was like, oh, interesting. Only a single mono right ear start to the song. No, that's not the case. Full piano. I was actually able to hear once I fixed that. But that being said, really beautiful warm piano sound. Do you see how cold it is in there? Did you see the condensation, whatever you want to call it, coming out of his mouth right there from breathing? It creates a cool vibe, but man, it is cold in that t-shirt. I bet that it is cold. He has a very pop punk way of singing. This very like nasal tone, which is his style of singing, the placement of voice, and also just the way and where he's placing his voice, and also how he's pronouncing the words has this very pop punk like I miss you, like that, like Blink 182 kind of vibe.
Me like you do. You know it's times like these we're so
Cool.
happy, and nights like these we'll remember those stupid jokes. Only we know.
Okay, listen to this really quick. Layered vocals, filling up the next section a lot more, which is typically when you'd have layered vocals. You want either to full it out, like make things sound fuller, or you're doing it for stylistic effect. Listen to the word "stupid." You could hear that is what I would call like a phase or slight modulation, I guess is the best word. Like layering vocals is a very distinct sound, because when you have one vocal speaking or singing, it's this one specific tone. But when you add another vocal on top of it, you will never exactly have the perfect exact same pitch. That's the point, because that's what creates that fullness of it. It's a slight fluctuation in pitch. Say, for example, I think there's 100 cents between semitones in a note. So for example, between C and C sharp, there's 100 what's called cents. And for example, now say you sing that one note C, say you sing it C and 8 cents, and then say you sing, when you're layering that vocal, the second vocal, now you sing it C and minus 2 cents. That 10-cent difference right there is what creates the fullness of tone. It creates the fullness of the sound, because otherwise it'll just be the exact same tone if it's like both on 0, and you won't notice a difference. So that's what creates the fullness, but it creates this very, very, very distinct sound, because it creates this like almost phased modulation because of the difference in pitch. You can hear that when he says the word stupid, but then on the next line after that, you can actually hear that the sibilances are different. Let's take a listen back. Did you hear it on the pit of stupid? Listen back a little more. Guitar sounds great, man. Ooh, piano matching the melody.
But I don't feel like going home.
Let's talk about that. That's really interesting. So this kind of cool vibe mixed between like these really fast strumming, down strumming guitars that want to sound like they're dirty, but they're not. They're actually pretty clean, and they have this really interesting, very clean piano coming through. It's a cool mix between this pop punk rock that's with kind of with a bit more clean guitars. Cool reverb in the background. Stereo electric guitars left and right. All right, a couple things I want to talk about. That here, how we went back into the chorus right there, and in that chorus we had almost like a choir-like sound. That's gonna be really cool for when they play this live. It's gonna create this really cool environment for the crowd to really sing because you're already used to hearing the crowd singing or this choir singing. So then the crowd's gonna sing that much louder because they're so used to hearing it already. So it's gonna be a really cool sound when they sing live. Notice that also shuddering, like with this effect right here. What was it? Where was it? Right there. Did you see that like stuttering effect? That is by lowering the shutter speed on a camera. When you lower the shutter speed significantly, there's not enough frames essentially, and the shutter's moving like I guess not capturing all the frames to keep it smooth and creates a cool stutter effect. Somebody in the comments, can you explain to me a little bit more the? I'm not understanding totally the I guess dichotomy is the word. The difference between like there's happiness and then there's in this song, but then there's also like these sad moments where like the person looks sad at the bar or at the table, and I'm not totally following that. That clean piano is so interesting. Shout out to New York and the Yankees right there. See the slapback echo on the vocals? Because it's times like these we're so much happier. Nights like these we'll remember those stupid jokes. Only we know. You know when I'm with you. So many layered guitars, man. This is cool. Nights like these we'll remember those songs we wrote. Only we know. Smile at me. Hear that riff in the right ear? Listen to that guitar. It's sick. That riff. Nice. Octave up with that bass. That piano riff was very interesting. I'm a typical big fan of pianos, but it's really interesting that clean piano riff going through all that like dirty guitar work and the heavy drums. I think honestly one of my favorite parts of the song was the drums. The drums are driving, man. They sounded so good. Very cool, man. I really hope that you guys enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching. Definitely consider subscribing down below and checking out the Patreon. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. God bless and peace.